Starting from December 1st, Chongqing, along with other major cities in China, have enacted a 144-hour visa-free transit stay. This means that you can now stay in Chongqing for up to 6 days as long as you're traveling to another destination. But that leaves the question, what can you do in 144 hours in Chongqing?
Well, to answer that, you need to take into consideration what you want to experience. Chongqing is a vast city with hundreds of interesting spots, and you need to plan your trip based on what you want to see. And let's have a check of it.
Yeah, let's have a look. Iconic spots in downtown. Coming to Chongqing, the cityscape is one of the things you cannot miss. Get ready for urban exploration full of surprises and refreshments. Downtown Chongqing is like a playground for architects. The vertical topography of the city means that usual conventions in city planning do not apply here. That's why you'll see the metro running through a building, horizontal skywalks, and a backdrop of the city that looks very much like Blade Runner. Hongya Cave is one of the most Instagrammable, iconic spots in downtown Chongqing. Located at the bank of the Yuzhong Peninsula, these traditional wooden dwellings keep the memory of old Chongqing alive, located right next to some of the tallest and most modern skyscrapers. Zijikou Ancient Town traces its history back some 1,000 years, making it the oldest shopping street in the city. Zijikou is home to rich cultural identities and cultural experiences like Sichuan opera, old tea lounges, and traditional folk art. And while Chongqing may not be as famous as Chengdu when it comes to pandas, you can still see them at the Chongqing Zoo. The world's oldest panda, Xingxing, and his naughty and adorable panda family lives in Chongqing Zoo, one of the biggest in China. With the beautiful skylines of the vertical jungles, the illuminating night view of Chongqing has become the envy of the nation. As the night falls, taking a true river cruise will add to your great experience.
Adventure. Is adventure and extreme sports more your thing? Why not venture into the Adventure Park in Wansheng district to get all the rapid heart-beating experiences? Cliff swing, suspension glass bridge, and a skywalk. The skywalk here is a transparent A-shaped glass bridge, and it is the longest of its type in the world. Take a deep breath because the whole National Forest Park is under your feet. You can also challenge yourself by walking through the Yunyang Skywalk over the cliff and the Via Ferrata between the mountains in Yunyang district. The challenge can be intimidating, but the breathtaking view beyond can be a huge temptation for you to try.
Heritage and history. If you're the kind of person who has a love for history and places with a deep historical significance, you're going to love some of these recommendations. A top recommendation is the 3 natural bridges located in the Wulong National Geological Park, a karst formation that will take your breath away. Listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2007 and made famous in part for a scene in the Transformers 4 movie, this park offers some of the most spectacular views in all of Chongqing and is an absolute must-see. While you're visiting the Karst Geological Park for the 3 natural bridges, you are already close to our second destination, Wulong Ferry Mountain. Also one of Chongqing's top destinations, Ferry Mountain is famous for its green pastures and wildlife, as well as being a place where you can enjoy some sports activities. With more than 50,000 Buddhist statues carved into the rock faces in 75 grottos, the World Cultural Heritage Dazu rock carvings are one of the 8 famous Buddhist carvings in the world. Located in Dazu district, it only takes about 2.5 hours to go here, making Dazu rock carvings a very suitable half-day trip if you're interested in deep history and culture. The rock carvings were made to publicize and show respect, and the site is filled with history about life from the time they were carved. The Diaoyu Fortress located in Hechuan district used to be the capital of the Kingdom of Ba during the spring and autumn period and the time of the Warring States. The city is located on a steep cliff, walled off with huge stones to form an impressive barrier. It is the site of the famous siege of Diaoyu Fortress, where you can read the stories about the famous Diaoyu Fortress War, which changed the battlefield strategy for the rest of Eurasia during the Mongol invasions. The Baiheliang Underwater Museum is located on the Yangtze River in the Three Gorges area, near the Three Gorges Dam. It displays centuries-old inscriptions recording changes in the water level of the Yangtze River for about 1,200 years. The site consists of a stone ridge that is 1,600 meters by 15 meters in size. It is now submerged under 43 meters of water. Located about 168 kilometers from Chongqing to the east in Fengdu County is Fengdu Ghost City, a collection of buildings and monasteries, temples and shrines built for those passing into the underworld. Here is where China's afterlife stories are told. The hills are filled with traditional religious buildings and a beautiful view from the top of the hills.
Hiking. If you are more of a nature person, Chongqing still have you covered. There are numerous mountains even around downtown Chongqing where you can spend hours walking and climbing and explore some of the most amazing views of the city that you may never have seen. Around downtown Chongqing, you can find Gele Mountain, South Mountain, Jingyun Mountain, and even a couple of smaller forest parks like Zhaomushan or Hongen Temple. Near downtown, you can find the White Elephant Mountain, Tea Mountain, and the Bamboo Sea, a famous location in Chongqing for photographers and for producing local tea. And if you want to find beautiful waterfalls, look no further than Simian Mountain in Jiangxing, around 180 kilometers from downtown Chongqing.
Leisure and entertainment. Seeking leisure and entertainment? Hot spring resorts, amusement parks, bars and clubs in Chongqing won't let you down. Happy Valley in Chongqing is the first mountainous happy valley in China. It has the world's most advanced flying wing roller coaster, the world's 6th largest Ferris wheel, and the longest and largest wooden roller coaster in the southwest. As Chongqing is entitled to the hot springs capital of the world, once you are here, you won't want to miss out on the hot springs. Abundant hot springs resources close to natural environments, thermal pools, traditional therapies, and cozy and nice accommodations catering for international visitors make the hot springs a perfect choice for you to relax. Chongqing boasts a vibrant nightlife like what you'd find in larger cities like Shanghai and Beijing. There are plenty of bars, dance clubs, and KTV venues to enjoy, as well as street barbecue and other snacks along the streets during the night. Also known as Jiujie, 9th Street is perhaps the most famous in Chongqing, if you want to experience bars and dance clubs. 9th Street has developed into the entertainment center of Chongqing, and some of the largest music venues are concentrated here. In addition to the bars and dance clubs, there are numerous cafes and restaurants, as well as street vendors for when you need a snack outside. Famous in Chongqing for having some of the best evening views of the city is Nanbing Road. It doesn't have as many bars and dance clubs as other places in the city, but it is definitely worth a visit if you are a fan of evening skylines. Nearby South Mountain has a famous viewing platform as well for one of those iconic looks at the city. The buildings, the bridges, and the rivers really make for beautiful views. A more recent addition to Chongqing's entertainment scene is the Testbed Art Center located near Erling Park. An old printing factory that has now become a gathering place for lots of Chongqing's creative also has bars, restaurants open to the evening hours. This is a newer scene in the city, but it is growing fast, especially due to the many different styles and atmospheres you can find here.
Foodies. Foodies can direct yourself into local alleys and streets. Treat yourself with abundant choices of local delicacies. You will be amazed at the local food for its variety and tasty, such as Chongqing noodles, barbecues, rice-made cold dessert. Originated from Sichuan cuisine, Chongqing cuisine is famous all over China, and it's only a matter of time before the rest of the world finds out. The unique spicy numi flavor to the local cuisine will blow you away and leave your taste bud titillated. Top of all, never miss the city's signature food, hot pot, a steamy, bubbling cauldron of spicy broth mixed with dozens of seasonings and spices. Put on fire, slowly cooking your fresh meat and vegetables to perfection.
So this is just the tip of the iceberg of some of the many things that you can do in Chongqing if you have 144 hours to spend.
Plenty to see and of course plenty to eat. If you are on a stopover in Chongqing and you are heading to a third destination, do explore this city out.
Now, let's eat.
Already started.
Already started.